Step into the world of GBA Enterprises, Dominica's leading beverage supplier where quality and variety meet. Our vision is to exceed your expectations with an exciting selection of beverages from the finest wines to unique spirits and beers. Discover our commitment to bringing you the best with a focus on enhancing your business and personal experiences. Join us at GBA Enterprises and taste the difference quality makes. Visit us on 106C Independence Street in Rosa, Dominica. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Parle with Cranberry. And listen, I am so super excited today because I have somebody here that is the epitome of creativity. Like, I didn't know about this guy until I joined the Pulse experience for Carnival. And he was the creative director for Pulse, and now he's doing so many amazing things, and I'm so excited to have him on here with me. His name is Malik Darroux, and I am so super excited. Malik, thank you for agreeing to come on with me.
Thank you for having me here today.
And of course, remember guys, this episode is being brought to you compliments of GBA Enterprises, the distributors of Marigot Bay Rum Cream, right here in Dominica. But we talking Malik, we talking Ecstasy Mass, we talking designs, we talking everything creative, because this individual is like, I was blown away because I had an interview with Lincoln, who is one of the co-founders of Pulse Experience, and he was like, you know, Crandall, we are not that creative. Ray and I are not that creative, so we actually got a creative director, and guess who was the creative director? This young man right here. And listen, like, I was a regular smuggler girl because I'm always a regular smuggler, but the people that were a part of Ecstasy Mass, which was the VIP section of the Pulse experience, had only good things to say. And I was jealous of them. Even if I'm a regular smuggler girl, I was jealous. Because, like, Malik was doing the most. So Malik, tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to get into the creative industry.
Okay, so I'm 21 years old, which is
only 21? Oh my gosh!
Hard, very young. I came into the creative industry due to the influence of people like Dan Guy, Shamalora, Miss Tulo from St. Mary's Academy, who was my arts teacher in high school. These people kind of instill the fact that you can make it within the creative industry here in Dominica. Though it isn't apparent, meaning that you can't really see a creative industry, but it is there.
It is there, it exists.
Yeah. So I decided that in high school that I wanted to do creative arts. I did dance for CXC. I was all into creative arts. I started building costumes in food form. Randomly a day I just went to the stadium and then I walked to the back of this and I saw this tall, light-skinned man building costumes, and I was like, oh wow, how does he do it? And he was welding frames at the time. So
who was that? Was it Mr. Guy?
Mr. Guy.
Yes,
so,
Danley Guy.
Danley Guy. God. So I stopped and I watched him, and like for the next 2 days, every day I came and I just stand from a distance and I watched, and one day he like noticed me standing up there and he was like, come here, want to see what I do? And then like from there he started slowly starting to show me certain things. And I kind of just developed a love for the costume. Eventually I started going to the masquerade more often. He became like a second father to me. So after school I'd go to the masquerade. I make sure I do my work before I start anything. One thing for Danley, education is key.
Yeah.
So you sit down with me, you make sure my homework do before I start even cutting a trim or cutting a foil or anything. I think my first costume was the costume for Pierre Charles. I can't remember the young lady name, but it was the flame costume that was by Charlene White and Danny Guy. That was for Pierre Charles for Miss Teen.
For Miss Teen.
Yeah, that was my first costume, and from that day I fell in love with costumes. And then after meeting Danny, with me Danny for about 3-4 years.
And Mr. Guy was so amazing because I remember, right, even before wire bras were a thing in Dominica, like I had my little friend group and we wanted to do wire bras. And I think we were the first set of people. Mine wasn't so amazing because I had bigger breasts than all my friends, but we wanted to do wire bras, and we would go to the stadium every afternoon, and Mr. Guy was there to instruct us on how to construct the bras, how to shape the wires, how to do everything.
And we have a lot for sharing the knowledge of it to the younger people, because his motto has always been, one day I'm not going to be there, I'm going to be the responsibility of us to carry the culture across. So from young, he's been that person instilling it into the younger generation that interested within that scope of the carnival industry. So for him, I'm very thankful for that opportunity, because if it wasn't for him, I would not be here today.
Thank you, Mr.
So,
Donnelly Guy.
Thank you, Mr. Donnelly Guy.
But Malik, like, listen, your first entrance onto the main stage was Ecstasy Mass in collaboration with Pulse Experience, and it was superb. It was superb, and like, you had so many people in that band, so many great reviews, and you are now telling me that you're only 21. Like, what inspires you to do what you do and to execute so well?
Last year I lost my dad. After Carnival 2023, me and my dad had a discussion. I was like, why don't you start your own band? Why don't you do your own thing? You keep doing it for other people and they keep profiting off your work and whatever. So
and you're not getting any credit.
Yeah. So it was like, why don't you start your own band? Why don't you do your own thing? So I was like, you know what, let me pitch it to Ray and Lincoln. I had the meeting, we pitched it, whatever. Ray and Lincoln were on board. They was like, okay, it's something new, something different. But it came with a lot of risk at the time. Because you're bringing a new product with a different price markup opposed to what is currently in the market. So it was risky. And I took the risk, I did it. Just before we came to shoot the costumes in July, my dad passed. At that point in time, it was like a make or break situation. I was like, do I really want to do this? Do I really have what it takes to do this? Because basically, you know, it's just me and my mom. My support system is kind of on the rocks. So my mom told me, you know what, Malik, you put so much into it, your father wanted to do it, just ground it. From that day, just pick up everything that I had and I just went ahead and do it. I had days where sometimes I feel like, boy, Mike, how are you going to pull out on the road? How are you going to do a long stroke? How are you going to do certain things? And I was like, between me and you, Carnival Tuesday, Ecstasy Mass did not have a long stroke.
It what?
We did not have a long stroke. Like, we went to collect the truck, and when we went to collect it, there was no frame, no truss, no decorations, no nothing. I was like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And my team had to go to work, and we work, and we work. It was a very hectic kind of season, but we pulled it off.
You definitely did. I have never seen one negative review about Ecstasy Mass. So that means you showed up and you showed out. You did what was supposed to be done.
Surprisingly, it was the first section to sold out for Dominica Carnival 2020.
Yes.
And then we ended up having to reopen our registration to people who kept requesting in the DMs, oh, open up, give me a slot, whatever. So we opened up, we took a few additional people. And then when we did close it off completely, we realized that it was one of the biggest sections for Dominica Carnival.
Yeah. And I realized that you did not limit yourself to just Dominica Carnival, because I've noticed even prior to Dominica Carnival happening, you started launching sections for different carnivals in the region. I think you're doing St. Lucia, you're doing Atlanta, and I'm not sure where else, but you can tell us where else you're branching off to. So do you feel like, you know, that little push for Dominica Carnival like just broadened your horizon because of, you know, how well it was accepted?
Well, I had knowledge of the carnival industry prior to that. From Shama, we spoke on countless occasions. So we spoke as to what's next for Ecstasy, because what I didn't want is for after Carnival, there's a dead, and then we come back to launch for Dominica. I wanted something that was continuous, where we not only promote Ecstasy, but we promote Dominica as the marketing brand behind Ecstasy. So after we launched Tranquility for Dominica, we was in contact with Ecstasy Mass from Atlanta. We finalized our contracts, our designs, our photo shoots, we launched. After that, we went in with Legends Carnival from St. Lucia, which is one of the biggest bands in St. Lucia currently, one of the most popping bands. They carry the same
I heard
aesthetic.
a lot about them.
They carry the same aesthetic as us, as they aim to be a premium VIP band. So it was kind of in line with our branding, so it was easy for us to just hop on board with them.
No, but talking about branding, Malik, tell me a little bit about what goes into your mind, because listen, people who joined Ecstasy Mass for Dominica Carnival had only good things to say. Because pick up, where do they do that at? You have hookahs, you have drinks, you have little finger foods, you have hors d'oeuvres. Malik, what is your thought process behind all of this?
Okay, in the starting, when we decided to do distribution, we was looking at a few different venues. We cannot just run it up to do it at Parle's distribution center. But my thing is, you're registering, you're paying top dollar for VIP experience.
Yeah.
Coming from registration all the way to the road, you should be able to get that VIP experience.
I agree.
So when we came to preparing for distribution, like, we cannot just let people come and collect the costume and walk out. We have to give them an experience that they'll be like, oh boy, let's say
they'll
we come
tell their
back.
friends and tell their friends,
So
friends.
We partnered with Honey Cloud, who was our hookah service for Carnival Tuesday. We also partnered with Tipsy Shots, who is our very good collaboration for Dominica Carnival. And we kind of put together a package where when you come to distribution, you get to experience what you're going to experience on the road. Prior. So people came to distribution, they interacted with our staff well. The communication between the two as well. They got also goodies from like some of our sponsors, like Nature Blends, JD's Natural.
And your bag
so
looked so amazing. Like, I was jealous of your bag. Malik, why, besides just, you know, Mr. Guy being an influence on you, why did you decide to get into that aspect of Carnival? Because, you know, like, there are several different aspects of Carnival. There are people that play several different roles when it comes to Carnival, but you are like a creative, like you bring people's idea to life on the road. What inspired you to get into that? Because when I spoke to Lincoln was like, you know, we're not creative. We just told our creative director what we want to do, and he just came out with a concept, and our creative director was Malik, and as soon as we see it, we were just like, yeah. I could already see the pictures. So, what inspires you, and how are you so creative?
what inspires me is the moment when people come to collect their costumes and they try it on, and you see that little dazzle in their eyes, where they're like, wow, that's me. So for me, being able to give people that experience where you work a 9 to 5 all year long, and then you get that one day to play in a character that is new to you, and you just light up. That's my inspiration when it comes to being a creative director, being able to tell a story through what I do. So the theme for Pulse this year was Homecoming. A discussion that I had with my dad prior was, all costume bands is fun and feathers. They don't do anything that represents Dominica. Everything is some fantasy.
So that's how the Creole theme came about.
So I was like, how do I pay tribute to Dominica in an authentic way? So then me and Shama discussed, and I was like, we need to do something that resembles nature, because we're known as the Nature Isle. So I was like, okay, if you're doing nature, if you're doing something to do that, that's going to be VIP section, because it's all around it. Then we was like, okay, you must include your native people. They were the first people here in Dominica. And then we looked at Carnival, because Carnival is a big part of our culture, as well as the Creole season. So when we put everything together and we start looking at color schemes, and we start looking at the models, looking at the photo shoots, logistics, the theme and everything kind of just fall into place. And I knew that that would be something that people would want to play mass in, because it gives them an opportunity to represent something that's true to them. So,
and I think that was the first section that was sold out for Pulse Experience. It was this section with the Creole aspect.
So we kind of just wanted to play into that fantasy, and I feel for 2025, which our film is already selected, and everything's on its way, people will get to play mass in a way that is different to them. It is not something that is different because we always aim to keep part of our traditional mask included within what we do. We don't want to become so commercialized that we forget our roots.
Right.
So one of our biggest aims for next year is to tie in culture, tradition into what we're doing. And a lot of people from Parle's Ecstasy, y'all are going to be very excited as it.
But I have to ask you though, are you the mastermind behind all of it? Do you have a part to play in the designs of the costume, or are you just like behind the scenes creative director, or are you just all hands-on in everything?
I am all hands-on in everything. When it comes to designing, Shama takes responsibility for that. However, when Shama designs, you send me designs and then we'll discuss like this.
So you don't design at all?
I do design. I design Ecstasy mask Juve wear this year.
Okay.
I also design our signature
collection.
So
don't play yourself, Malik.
Our collection that is going to be dropping soon. And I already designed our Juve for next year.
Okay, so don't play yourself,
I do
Malik.
play a role in everything. For appearances, I'm the one who is there with the models, preparing everybody, getting ready for the stage. I'm the one scheduling the appearances and everything. So I'll say I'm all hands on when it comes down to production. I bend all the frames for Pulse Experience. All the wire frames of the backpacks, I bend them. So I'm very hands on when it comes to being part of a team. Because no man is a team by himself.
And no man is an island.
We all play our part in Pulse, we all play our part in Ecstasy Mass, and we just aim to give revelers a true Carnival Dominica experience.
Now, talking about the Carnival experience, we know that you have not limited yourself to just Dominica Carnival. You have already launched, I think it's for St. Lucia Carnival,
Atlanta.
You've launched for Atlanta Carnival, so you've launched different sections. Tell us a little bit about these sections and what is your aim with these carnivals?
Okay, so thus far we have launched Atlanta, which is named Basilic. It's after local food.
And the costumes are so nice,
the theme of the brand was called Souk. So we wanted to put something that resembles Dominica. We know Triple K have that song, Basilic, Unity, like Basilic too.
Yeah.
So we wanted to throw that in there, so we created a costume that resembles that. The aim of this section, or all of our sections overseas, is to promote ourselves for Dominica Carnival next year, to get people to start talking about, oh, who's that new band that just come in to play, whatever, and get them to start talking about Dominica Carnival. Because we have the music to follow up with the carnival, we have the
and we have the aesthetic
and everything. It's a true, authentic old mass when it comes to Dominica. So what we aim to do is pushing ourselves as a Dominica section and getting people to recognize it and do their research as to when is Dominica Carnival and start asking those type of questions. Yeah, because
you know we are in big competition with Trinidad, which is hailed as, you know, the best carnival in the entire world, the mecca of carnivals. So I think what you're doing is amazing, and I think that you have a good team behind you.
But Shama, this is Paul's 5th year anniversary.
Yes.
We're going to our 5th year anniversary. So the theme and everything plays a big role for this year. A lot of people get it.
Lincoln is so excited about that 5 year. I cannot wait to see what all you coming up with.
We're back with our #1 designer, Shama Laura. We're back with our model team. We're back with our photographer, Lincoln. And I feel everything that's going to come out from Pulse this year is going to be done for the books. It's going to be something where people are going to talk for years when it comes from Pulse.
Lincoln is so excited, but he will not let not even a little speck out of the bag. He is not releasing anything at all.
All people need to know is to be prepared. Be prepared.
Well, I guess a lot of people will have an insight and start to prepare themselves because, Malik, you are in so many carnivals leading up to Carnival 2025. Actually, because you're going to Atlanta, you're going to St. Lucia, you have sections. Who knows where you're going to launch another section next?
Today is actually our next band launch. So today we'll be launching our section for Hype Mass in United Kingdom. We'll be going to the UK.
Going to the UK.
So,
the guys everywhere.
And then our next section that we'll be launching will be for Miami Carnival in October.
You see?
So we do have a full calendar, and then we're coming back to Dominica for Dominica Carnival. We're going to do it all over again next year. It's just the beginning.
So question, are you using Shama for all of your sections as designer?
Yes. Me and Shama has discussed him coming on board as my co-creative director as it's Ecstasy Mass, just to allow our revelers to have more of a premium costume collection when it comes to any carnival.
Right.
So we have been working on that recently. So moving forward, all of Ecstasy designs, besides few stuff that I will design myself, it will only be myself and Shama.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah. What we aim to do is create a space for Dominica creatives. So all of our models are local or for local. We don't aim to use anybody from overseas because we want to keep it to promote the Dominica local talent.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I think that is in line with Paul's experience, because Lincoln was telling me, because we worked together for Carnival, and he was like, you know, Crandall, like with Paul's, we just want to keep it local. Like, you know, getting all these foreign influencers is not going to have the same effect if we work with more local people and you speak your truth on the experience. It makes more sense because people who live here will agree to your truth and they will want to join. So I think that it all correlates.
We
and
did work with foreign influencers this year with Ecstasy.
But
with Ezra, the fun machine.
I did interview him.
Ezra is an amazing guy,
And he is really the fun machine.
So next year Ezra will be back with us. We also have Raven with us. We will be back again next year. And we do have a few new faces that will be launching soon as it's coming down with us for next year that people can look forward to. I believe that it's a good opportunity to bring people in to experience our carnival.
Yeah, so that they can tell others about it as well.
It creates a marketing opportunity not only for Ecstasy Mass but for Dominica Carnival.
Exactly.
So,
because even when I spoke to Ezra, he was like, you know, I've always been to the Creole Festival in Dominica, but I've never been to Carnival, and like, you know, Dominica Carnival is something to talk about. So like it's a good vibe that, you know, people who we consider as influencers from outside territories come in to see what we have to offer and bringing it to their audience, which opens us up to a wider audience so more people can come. So that was really amazing, and I like what you do. And at only 21. At only 21, I'm 35. And you're 21 doing all of this amazing stuff.
Well, I do have a good support team, so that's what makes it possible to be able to do all of these things. Because without a good support system, I don't think I'll be able to do it.
So if you were to give one piece of advice to somebody who probably may not be looking at you because you're very secluded, and very surprised you even decide to talk to me because you're very behind the scenes. But if you were to give one piece of advice to somebody who is trying to get into the creative industry or the arts industry in Dominica, what would it be?
Comes down to knowing the right people, having the right discussions with the right people at the right time. That's how you present yourself into the spaces that you need to be presented in. Get a mentor, get someone that you can speak to about your ideas, someone you trust, obviously, and just express yourself to them and your interests, and they might be able to direct in the direction that you want to. Because I did with Shama, I did with Danny Guy, and that's how I was able to branch myself out to where I am now, only at 21. But
only,
it takes time,
only at 21.
So it takes time, it takes a little patience, because everything not going to be yes. You're going to get no's. I got no's.
Definitely. But you know, the good thing about it is you have to appreciate the no's. Because the no's mean that you're doing something. You don't stop at the no. You pick yourself up, you brush off, and you keep going.
Yeah. So you just get a mentor, you put yourself in the right spaces, and you market yourself. Because at the end of the day, as a creative, you are your brand. You are not just working for somebody. You are the product. So you need to learn to market yourself as a person to people to appeal to their tastes. And that's what I did. to make my name for myself. I believe so.
And I think a lot of people will be happy to know who is the face behind all that good time they were seeing for Ecstasy Mask.
After Carnival, I heard like Ecstasy was owned by a white man. I heard it was someone.
Exactly, because people don't know that it's a little, well, not a little, but a 21-year-old doing all that good stuff, having all that good reviews. Yeah. I'm sure people will be happy to hear all about it and to know who is the face behind all of this. And I think that Dominicans will definitely rally behind you in terms of where you are launching your different sections with Ecstasy Mask, because Dominicans, you know, they're always looking for things to do where they live. So they will definitely gravitate to something that is Dominican, because half the time it's always probably, you know, a Trini jam or a Jamaican jam, and not necessarily a small island or a Dominica jam. So, you know, the fact that they're going to have that sort of representation and that presence going to make them want to join the section, obviously. But Malik, do you have any last words to say to our viewers?
I'm looking forward to see everybody out here in Dominica Carnival for 2025. Ecstasy Mask is the section to play with. If you come in Dominica for a premium Carnival experience.
But not Dominica alone, because you everywhere now.
Anyway, Ecstasy Mask.
Follow Ecstasy Mask.
Follow us on IG at Ecstasy Mask. If you're looking for a premium Carnival experience, I can guarantee you we are the place to be. Especially for Mask Dominic 2025. The experience is going to be 10 times more than what it was last year. I can guarantee.
Yeah, because you already come out of the gate running. You can only go up from there, you know.
So look out for what we have in store. We will be launching a few things soon. We have a few surprises of our sleeve.
Well, I will be waiting for these surprises. And next year, I'm not going to be a regular smegular girl. I'm going to be in Ecstasy Mask because I VIP too. But guys, thank you so much for clicking on another one of my videos. This has been Parle with Cranberry. Of course, we've been speaking to Malik, the mastermind behind Ecstasy Mask. If you are not yet following Ecstasy Mask, be sure to do that. Follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook, so you can know everywhere Malik has a new section, because these sections are always fire. Like, don't sleep. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get post notifications every time I upload a new video. And I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye! Step into the world of GBA Enterprises, Dominica's leading beverage supplier where quality and variety meet. Our vision is to exceed your expectations with an exciting selection of beverages, from the finest wines to unique spirits and beers. Discover our commitment to bringing you the best with a focus on enhancing your business and personal experiences. Join us at GBA Enterprises and taste the difference quality makes. Visit us on 106C Independence Street in Rosa, Dominica.